Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Blaze Radio on YouTube for the first semifinal matchup of the Women's Pac-12 Tournament for women's basketball. I'm Tia Reed here with Mallory Schnell. This first game, Colorado versus Stanford. Stanford's the number 1 seed in this tournament. Colorado's the number 5. They got here by taking down 12th-seeded Washington in the first round, upsetting Arizona yesterday, and now they are ready to get things started in the semifinals, hoping to knock off the number 2 team in the country to get to the final game.
Yeah, Stanford are the favorites to win this game, but Colorado has proven themselves so far throughout this tournament, knocking down some tough teams as well. So we've talked about this earlier. It's March. Anything can happen to you.
Anything can happen, and this game is not just going to be a walk in the park for Stanford like maybe their first one seemed to be versus the Beavers from Oregon State. This Stanford team, they've got a lot going for them. They can score, they can play defense, they're tough to get past. They played a tough one over Arizona yesterday, and they'll look to give another tough matchup to the Cardinal today.
Yeah, for sure, and we've got our starting lineups here on both sides. We've got, for Colorado, Sherrod, Foreman, Finau, Hollingshed, and Tutelling.
And then on the Stanford side, Anna Wilson, the 6th year, Lexi and Lacey Hull, the sisters, then Haley Jones and Cameron Brink, 2 of the best players in the nation, rounding out that starting lineup for Stanford, as we're just a few moments away from getting started with this game.
Yeah, we're doing player intros here, Michelob Ultra Arena, both teams coming out. A good crowd here in Michelob Ultra Arena.
Absolutely a good crowd, one that includes Russell Wilson, sister of superstar Anna Wilson for Stanford. Russ was in attendance yesterday, and he's back to watch his sister make their way to another Pac-12 championship. At least that's what the Cardinal is hoping for here tonight in Las Vegas.
Wilson, always a big supporter of women's basketball, his sister, and the Pac-12. One of the first fans in the building tonight, was here about an hour and a half before tip.
Yes, very excited to get things started here at Michelob Ultra Arena. Just a few moments as the teams take their final huddles, get their final words from their coaches before they head into this game. Stanford coached by the legendary Tara Vanderveer. On the other side, J.R. Payne for the Buffs. Her 6th season with the team.
Yes, J.R. Payne in her 6th season, and the Stanford coach has been around for a while, right, Tia?
Vanderveer has been at Stanford for a while. She's one of the most legendary coaches in the nation. We were talking about this earlier this week after the retirement of Arizona State's head coach, Charlie Turner-Thorne, what it would be like with Vanderveer and how her legacy has helped put the Pac-12 on the map. What if like if Vanderveer were to step down anytime in the near future? How many shockwaves that would send to the women's basketball community?
Yes, for sure. We are just moments away from tip here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the first semifinals game of the Pac-12 women's tournament.
Players are taking the floor now. In the center circle, we've got Cameron Brink, the sophomore, versus Maya Hollingshed. As the ball is up, and Colorado will win the tip, so Sherrod bringing the ball up to get things started in this game. She'll pass it to Foreman, who gets it to Finau at the top, finds Hollingshed on the right elbow, nothing there. So she'll bring it out to the wing, get it to Foreman, back at the top of the key, who finds Sherrod this time at the elbow. Sherrod driving towards the left side, finds Tutelay on the left wing. No good on the 3-point shot there, but Hollingshed brings down the rebound, finds a cutting Tutelay. Can't get the layup over Brink, so she'll pass that one out to Finau, who resets the offense. Finau dribbling, trying to put the moves on Lexi Hull, puts up a jump shot, no good. Anna Wilson will come down with the rebound and get Stanford started on their first possession.
Anna Wilson, the 6th year out of Bellevue High School.
Wilson finds Brink on the right wing, gets it to Lexi Hull at the top. Looked like she might shoot it. Instead, will dribble. Find Wilson back on the left side. He gets it to Jones in the corner, swings it cross-court pass to Lacey Hull for the 3, and that one will just bounce off the rim as Frida Foreman able to steal the rebound away from Cameron Brink there. Colorado pushes the pace. Finau on the fast break gets the assist from Sherrod. And that'll be 2 points on the board as Colorado strikes first.
Finau getting the easy drive there. Colorado getting on the board first is imperative to set the tone of this game for the Buffs.
8.5 left to play in this first quarter as Cameron Brink now working at the left elbow. Passes to a cutting Lacey Hull, no good. Brink gets the rebound, puts it back in. Ties this one up 2-2. To Finau on the left wing, entry pass into Tudele, kicks it back out to Sherrod, who finds Foreman at the top. Tudele cuts up to the wing, gets the ball back, passes it to Sherrod, who cuts down the middle of the lane and puts in the layup on the right side. 4-2 Colorado, 8 minutes left to play in the first. Lexi Hull gets the entry pass to Brink, who gets it to a cutting Jones, who takes a shot from the left elbow. Finau struggling to bring in the rebound, but she'll tip it to Sherrod, who's able to corral it in. Sherrod finds Finau on the left wing. Finau swings it back around to the right side. Tudele now with it on the right. Gets out to Hollingshed, top of the key. Shows handoff to Foreman. Foreman trying to get past Anna Wilson, but Wilson will be called for the foul. So Colorado will be able to reset their offense from the side inbounds.
Foreman, the sophomore guard from Denmark.
Foreman stepping into the starting lineup after Shamia Sadler was injured in Colorado's first game. Hollingshed gets the inbound pass and hands it off to Sherrod. Lacey Hull tried to stick her hand in there to get the steal, but no good for her. As Tudele now with at the top of the key, finds Foreman on the right wing. Foreman trying to find something past Anna Wilson, drives in, loses control of the ball. Sherrod able to bring it back in for the Buffs. And the shot clock winds down. Sherrod tries to lay one up, and that one will go off the backboard. Lexi Hull comes down with the rebound, and she's on the attack on the left side. No good on the layup for her. And so Colorado now will get the rebound and go back the other way.
Unlike Lexi Hull to miss a shot like that one.
Maya Hollingshed tried to pull up three, and Foreman got the rebound off the miss and laid it up easy for the putback. Lacey Hull now working on offense. Sherrod playing tough defense, making her work for it. Sherrod gets her stuck down low, but able to find Hull out at the top to reset. Jones tries to pass it to Lexi Hull. That one just beyond her grasp, and so that'll be a turnover for Stanford. Their first of the game.
The Buffs putting in some immediate effort here in the beginning of the first. They lead Stanford 6-2 with about 6 minutes and 30 seconds here.
Quay Miller and Tiana Jones checking in. Miller, the 6th player of the year for the Pac-12 on the women's side. As she'll pass it to Sherrod at the top of the key. Sherrod drive down the right, kicks it back out to Miller on the left wing. Miller driving middle, tries to put one up, but that was blocked by Cameron Brink. Miller gets her own rebound, but can't go back up with it as Lacey Hull reaches in to get the jump ball. Possession will go for the Cardinal. Lacey Hull bringing the ball up here now. Hull gets it to Jones on the right wing. Jones working on Hollingshed, swings it back to Brink at the top of the key. Brink with the handoff to Jones in the right corner. Jones drives baseline, tries to pass it over the head of Maya Hollingshed to Cameron Brink, who cut down middle, but Hollingshed was all over that. Tips it out of bounds as Kendall Weta subs in, the all Pac-12 freshman.
Hollingshed able to get the block there with her size at 6'3".
Lexi Hull passes it in to her twin sister Lacey at the top of the key. Lexi steps in and shoots the three on the assist from her sister, and that one is good. 6-5, Colorado, 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to play.
Had to be the sibling telepathy there, Tia.
Had to be. Quay Miller with it at the left elbow. Finds a cutting Weta, but Weta can't handle that one. Tries to pass it to Jones in the corner before it goes out of bounds, but no good there. So that'll be a turnover for the Buffs. Anna Wilson will sub out for Hannah Jump.
5:30 remaining in the first quarter. Buffs lead the Cardinal 6-5.
Jump swings it around to Jones on the left side. Jones looking for a place to pass the ball to. Hull gets it at the top of the key, drives on the right side. No good on the layup there as Hollingshed brings down the rebound. Weta now on the attack for Colorado. Weta gets it to Sherrod, who gets the entry pass into Miller. Miller looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Gets it back out to Weta at the top of the key. Weta directing traffic here now for Colorado. Gets it to Jones in the left corner. Jones gets it back to Miller at the top. Miller faked the handoff, tried to drive down. As she passed it out to Sherrod, Sherrod was called for the travel, and that'll be another turnover there. As these two teams will return to their respective benches as we have a media timeout here in the first quarter, and we will take a short break. Welcome back in here to Las Vegas. I'm Tia Reed with Mallory Schnell as we are on the call for the semifinal matchup of the Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament with Colorado versus Stanford. As we're coming out of media timeout here in the first quarter, the score is currently 6-5, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to play. Not a very high-scoring game so far, is it, Mallory?
No, it is not. And part of that, Colorado is on a scoring drought last 2 minutes and 5 seconds. They will also have 3 turnovers during that time.
Colorado came out, they scored the first points after the first couple possessions, but things have slowed now for them here as they turn the ball over and have struggled against this Cardinal defense. As we get things back underway, Lacey Hull running point currently for Stanford. We'll hand it off to Jones as Sherrod steps up to play tight defense immediately. Jones picks up her dribble outside the three-point line, finds Lexi Hull on the left side. Hull passes it down to her sister in the corner. Lacey passes back to Lexi at the top of the key, who gets it down to jump on the right side. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Lexi Hull drives, kicks out to Lacey Hull, shoots a 3. No good on that one, it'll hit the rim, but it doesn't matter as Tayana Jones corrals the rebound, sending Colorado on offense. Jones passes it to Sherrod at the top, who gets it to Weta on the right wing. Miller now with it on the left side. Passes it back up to Sherrod at the top, who gets it into Jones on the right elbow. Jones drives quickly, tries to put the layup up on Haley Jones. No good there. as Lexi Hull will get the rebound. Passes it to Haley Jones. Gets it into Cameron Brink at the right elbow. Brink able to get past Miller and gets the easy layup there.
Just too easy for Brink to drive in and lay it in, go past her defender. That brings Stanford ahead of Colorado by 1.
Colorado almost having another turnover as Towner Jones tried to get it to Hollingshed. Lexi Hull was all over it though. Hollingshed now with it in the middle with Hull and jump defending. Finds Kendall Wetta in the left short corner, gets the jump shot. As it seemed the Stanford defense forgot about her on the backdoor cut. Hull swings it to Jones at the top of the key, gets it into Brink on that right wing, gets it back out to jump. Kendall Wetta on the defensive end, tries to strip jump from the ball. No good there as jump drives on the left side, tries to put the layup up, no good on that one. As Sherrod pushes the pace for Colorado, fakes the layup, passes it off to Jones, who can't get any shot there. So Lexi Hull will get the rebound and head the other way. Hull, a lot of body by Hollingshed, no foul called as Hull misses the layup there. And now Colorado on a run of their own in the other direction.
Lexi Hull was looking for the foul there, asking the ref why it wasn't called.
Colorado taking a chance to slow things down as Miller now with it in the middle. Kicks it back out to Sherrod as Cameron Brink on the defensive end, able to plug any holes there. Miller hands it off to Sherrod. Sherrod loses control of it and Lexi Hull comes up with the steal. Sherrod trying to make up for it on the defensive end, but Hull maintains possession, gets it into Brink on the left block, who puts the spin move on Miller for the layup. It scores 8-9 Stanford, 2 minutes left to go as Stanford takes the lead.
Brink with her 6th point of the game on that last play.
Miller finds a cutting Wetta in the paint. Wetta puts the layup in, giving Colorado their lead back as it's 10-9 with 1:45 in the first. Hull swings it to Jones, gets it to the other Hull sister, tries to get the entry pass to Brink, but Quay Miller on the face-up defense, able to pull that one away. Sherrod finds Miller at the top of the key, who steps in for the 3. That one won't hit anything. So Stanford will take possession as subs come in across the board for both teams.
Yeah, both teams will try and get some fresh legs out there to pick up the momentum a little bit with 1:27 remaining in the first.
Kendall Wetta playing defense all the way up the floor on Lacey Hull, putting some pressure on the Cardinals ball handler. Hull with the handoff to Lexi Hull, gets it to Emma Nopu. Prechtel now touching the floor for the first time, gets it to Belibi, who also just recently subbed in. Belibi hands it off to Hull, who gets it back to her, and Belibi with the lay-in for 2 points. It's 10-11 with 1 minute in the first left to play. Wetta with it, driving on the left side, gets it back out to Hollingshed at the top of the key. Hollingshed passes it to Finau on the left wing. Finau gives it to Foreman at the top. Foreman finds Tutele. Tutele gives it to Hollingshed on the right side. Hollingshed with the over-the-top pass to Tutele down low, but the layup no good as Prechtel will come down with the rebound. Lacey Hull now being defended by Finau on the right wing, gets it over to her sister Lexi. Lexi dribbling, trying to find something. Prechtel with it on the right side, gets it into Emma Nopu. Emma Nopu finds Belibi down low, and Hollingshed is all over the ball. There's a scramble for it, and a foul will be called on the loose ball on Stanford, so Colorado will take over possession there.
17.1 remaining after that possession. Cardinal lead 11 to the Buffs 10.
Sherrod will check back into the game for Wetta to finish off these 17 seconds. Colorado looking to get the last shot of the quarter. Sherrod to Hollingshed on the right elbow. Hollingshed back to Sherrod on the left wing. Sherrod driving, can't find anything. Gets it to Hollingshed on the left wing. Gets it to Tutele at the top and shoots the 3 for the buzzer, but no good. So the final score at the top at the end of the first is 11-10. We've got 3 quarters left to play here in this game. Mallory, what have you seen that might become a trend as this game progresses?
Something that we've seen so far in And this first quarter is a fast-paced game. Both teams having pretty equal possession, back and forth on the court. Struggling a little bit offensively on the shooting end. The Buffs 33%, the Cardinal 38%, so that could continue to be a trend as the game continues.
Absolutely, these teams, not a lot of breaks here. There was a couple of sections where they were running back and forth, trading missed layups, not something you really want to see at this level in this type of game. I'm sure the coaches on both sides will be looking to remedy those problems as they head into the second and things start to heat up there. And once they heat up, we will be right back here with the action. But for now, we're going to take a break before the second quarter begins.
Welcome back into Michelob Ultra Arena for the second quarter between the Stanford Cardinal and the Colorado Buffs. Stanford leads 11 to 10, sorry, as Colorado will inbound the ball to start it off. Tudley over to Sherrod, who gives it to Sadler, passes it back to Tudley at the top. Hollingshed with it now over to Foreman. Foreman back out to Sherrod. Sherrod on the right wing. Back out to Tudley. Foreman will take a shot as the shot clock winds down, but it won't be good as Tudley gets the rebound, and that one won't be good either. Back out to Sherrod. Her three won't fall. And now here comes Wilson the other way.
And Wilson, that great defense, able to pick up the steal there for the Cardinal and get them an offensive possession to start this quarter.
Wilson passes it inside to Levy, and that one won't be good. Now here come the Buffs. A long three from Finau, but it doesn't fall. Wilson now takes the shot, and that one falls.
Anna Wilson, she was pretty good from three the other day. Looks like that heat is carrying over as she was 3 for 5 yesterday versus Oregon State.
Finau passes outside to Hollingshed. Tudley with it. Finau, top of the key. Finau takes it inside for the layup, but is blocked by Stanford's defense.
Cameron Brink, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, getting it done right there.
Wilson passes it inside to Brink, who puts it up, and it rolls out. Hollingshed now drives it in the other way, and she is fouled.
Anna Wilson tried to draw the charge there. Couldn't quite get her feet set in time, so she'll be called for the block foul. And Sherrod will get to go to the line and shoot two here.
Nielsen will sit. So Lacey Hull will sub in.
This will be the first free throw of the game, shot by either team. As the Stanford band tries to make plenty of noise. Seemed to have worked there. Sherrod missed the first one.
Sherrod misses the second one as well. So Brink comes down with the rebound. Now Lacey Hull will drive it down the court. Hull, defended by Foreman, passes it out. And Brink, who was given the ball inside, was fouled.
Not much that could be done there by Tudele. Haley Jones gives the lob pass to Brink over top. Tudele trying to be a barrier and gets called for the foul there.
Lacey Hull now, also driving it in. Similar play here. And it'll be
already called for a foul.
Lexi Hull to inbound the ball, passes it out to her sister Lacey. Lacey, back inside, tries to pass it out to Lexi, who almost loses it out of bounds. But it seems like there was a call here by the refs. It was tipped.
Yeah, the ball in the inbounds play, a Stanford player touched it, seemed to have possession, and then lost it, and it went into the back court. But the refs will say it was tipped. So Lexi Hull, when she went back to pick up the ball, there was no issues, but fans all around the arena upset with that decision by the refs.
Lacey now takes the jumper from the baseline, no good. Buffs with it now. Hollingshed passes it out to Jones. Jones to Foreman to Tudele. Tudele over to the left, Foreman. Foreman. Seems like there's a little fight going on here after that last possession.
Things started to get a little heated on the court. Hollingshed had it down low. Stanford had 3 players in the paint defending Hollingshed when the ball came in. They seemed to be getting a little too handsy, a little too tough down there after the jump ball was called. Tayana Jones, not a fan of Cameron Brink's behavior. Gets in her face a little bit to stand up for her teammate.
And the refs will discuss what will happen here as they send the teams to their respective sides.
Hollingshed, it looks like
we'll listen in to what the refs have to say.
Hollingshed on that play, it looked like pushed Cameron Brink in the face as she tried to reach in and steal the rebound back from her, and so Brink, upset, threw the ball at Hollingshed. And Tayana Jones, immediately upon seeing that, was very upset and angry and got even more involved in the scrum with Brink.
Jones not happy with Brink throwing the ball at her teammate.
Tayana Jones getting in the face of Cameron Brink after the play. As coaches from both sides called for their teams to back up, referees at the table now, looking at the play, trying to decide what the call should be.
Taking a look from a different angle now.
Yeah, we have Stanford.
I don't see anyone.
I'm just going through them too. I don't have anything.
Referees watching over this play time and time again.
Yes. Okay.
Delta.
Show it to me.
Hit D.
Referees looking at every angle to make sure they get this call right.
This is the benefit of sitting right behind the replay table here.
Referees seem to have made their decision on what the call will be. So we'll look to see them announce it. They'll discuss once again and then make their final call on the plays. They watch several different angles, time and time again, overlooking the contact. Mallory and I back here right behind the replay table, able to see the replay several times ourselves, able to pick it up, get some of that dialogue going for y'all out there. Both sides awaiting as they'll call in both coaches to announce the call. Set to announce the final call. But as they make sure they get every last bit of it right.
Yeah, so the ruling on the floor is going to be a jump ball. Okay? But after the whistle, we had activity. And they called the jump ball intentional on both players.
So it sounds. The ruling is they will assess intentional fouls to both Hollingshed and Brink for their actions after the play. We will see what the outcome of that is and make sure we get that confirmation. But first, as they're waited, they continue to look over this. They took a short media timeout, so we will cut to a break as well.
Welcome back to Michelob Ultra Arena. As the teams are coming back on the court, we will see what these fouls mean. It seems like it will be Stanford ball.
Both sides were called for an intentional foul, one on Hollingshed, one on Brink. The result of the play initially was a jump ball to be called in Stanford's possession. It looks like the fouls will offset and Stanford will maintain their possession off the jump.
Lacey Hull drives it down, passes it to the right to Lexi Hull. Back out to Lacey, passing it back and forth. A pass across the court, inside now. Hull back at it at the top of the key. Driving it in now for the jumper. Little hook shot there will be Haley Jones. Now will be 16 Cardinal, 10 Buffs with 6:35 remaining in the second quarter as a three is taken by Jones.
Both these teams seem to be a little energized after the what happened on that last round out before the timeouts. Seem to be going at it, trying to trade bucket for bucket here.
Hull's passing it back and forth now at the top of the key. Back out to Haley Jones. Lacey Hull to Lexi. Takes it inside. Cameron Brink, who will put it up and in. So 18 now for Stanford as Colorado comes the other way and is blocked by the Cardinal.
Haley Jones with the block, putting some energy into Michelob Ultra Arena with that one. What a play there by Jones.
Buffs inbounding the ball now. Hollingshed out to Foreman for three. That one's no good as she's defended by Irafen. Foreman. Jones holds it at the top of the key. Jones takes it inside and was looking for the foul there, but one wasn't called as Lexi Jones comes the other way and is fouled by Sherrod.
Colorado will set up here defensively. On that last possession, Colorado on defense, they played in a 2-3 zone. We saw that happen against Washington, but it looks like they'll go back to the man-to-man. Although they did get the stop off of the zone last time.
Lexi Hull with it inside is heavily defended. Pass it inside to Brink, who gets it in, and the and one.
Hollingshed and Brink. It looks like it'll be an interesting matchup between them going through the rest of this game. Brink gets the and one basket to go, and now she'll step to the free throw line. She'll get one.
5:16 left here in the second quarter. Stanford leads 20-13 as Brink gets that three-point play completed. Colorado now. Hollingshed was guarded there by the Cardinals, but was able to put it up and in. Now only down by 6 are the Buffs. Lacey Hall with it now. Is fouled by Sherrod.
Jalen Sherrod seemed a little upset with that call. Trying to argue her case. She was just trying to play some tough defense on Hall. But the ref saw it differently, and so Kendall Weta will sub in. Send Sherrod to the bench.
Lacey Hall at the line now.
That was the Buffaloes' 5th foul of the quarter. So with 4 minutes and 55 seconds left to play in the second, Stanford will be shooting through the rest of it.
As Hull makes both of them, Weta will take it the other way. Weta outside to Foreman. Back out. Who will give it to Finau. Outside for the easy 3 look for Miller. That one bounces off the rim. And now Haley Jones will take it. Inside, double teamed by the Buffs. looking for some help there. And there will be a 3-second violation on the Cardinal.
Colorado had Haley Jones trapped down on the right baseline, able to trap her long enough that Iriafen was called for the 3-second violation, trying to call for the ball and give her teammates some help.
Hollingshed now triple teamed by the Cardinal defense and is called for a travel.
Iriafen on the makeup play there. Hollingshed turns middle in the paint. Iriafen steps up to play some defense, causes the travel with 2 of her teammates around as well, and they get a turnover of their own.
Great defensive plays by both teams on both possessions there. Lacey Hull with it now, out to Brink. Brink stuck at the 3-point line, will take it, and that one will fall.
Oh, the way that one hit the rim and dropped to the bottom of the net. Cameron Brink able to shoot those threes. It's a different game nowadays. Players on the inside also able to play on the outside. Cameron Brink showing that off there.
Stanford Cardinal with 26, Colorado Buffs with 15. 3:59 remaining in the second quarter, and we will take a break. Welcome back as the action is resumed here in Michelob Ultra Arena. Weta. Now Miller with the ball, back out to Finau. Weta takes it inside, and that shot is off. But Colorado will recover the ball. It'll be a jump.
What a shot off on the jumper, but from this angle, it looked like a Stanford player might have hit her arm a little bit, maybe knocking that shot a little off target, as her shot didn't even hit the rim or the backboard. No foul called, obviously, there was no stoppage of play, and on the jump ball, Colorado will take possession.
Foreman inbounding the ball to Miller. Miller. But there will be a call on the floor. Lacey Hull called for the foul. So we'll get a redo of that last play. Miller out to Finau. Weta with it. Weta loses it, but was fouled by Haley Jones.
Not quite sure what happened there. Obviously, we saw Jones reach in, but Weta ended up hitting the floor really hard off the contact. She gets up okay, and will shoot her 2 free throws.
She misses the first one. That Stanford band is celebrating.
Weta just a 60% free throw shooter on the season.
Makes the second one. And Lacey Hull will take it down the court. Hull guarded by Finau. Hull loses it by that Finau defense. Will be out of bounds. And Lexi Hull will inbound. Lexi out to Haley Jones. Haley Jones slows it down to run a play. Jones passes it inside to Lexi Jones, who puts it in for an easy basket. 28 now for the Stanford Cardinal, 16 for the Colorado Buffs. 2 minutes, 50 seconds remain in this first half. Colorado now with it, Weta, out to Finau. Finau gives it to Miller at the point, who passes it inside to Hollingshed. Hollingshed gives it to Weta, who puts it in.
Weta throughout this tournament have been so good on those backdoor cuts, cutting on the backside of the screens, backside of the baseline, able to get those easy layups. It seems teams might forget about her a little bit back there.
Haley Jones with it now with the jumper. That one bounces off. Rebound to Weta. Weta drives in, passes out to Fanal. Looks to take the three, but decides to pass it to Foreman instead for the three. That one bounces off. But the rebound, little intercepted bit there by the Cardinal. Lacey Hull with it, out to Lexi. Now, Lexi will take the long three. That one will fall off, and Weta will take it the other way. Hollingshed passes it inside to Miller. There'll be a jump ball as he tries to put that one in.
Stanford, for all of their height, showing that they can get down low and play defense as well, as they've jumped this ball so many times here in this first half, and it's played a part in the game as Stanford will take possession there off of that jump ball.
Pretchel checks in for the first time this game. Will inbound the ball to Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull defends it again by Fanal. Passes it over to Pretchel. Pretchel back to Lexi Hull. Outside to Lacey, who looks for the three, but decides to take it in instead, and is called. For the travel.
Lacey Hull planted her pivot foot, started looking around, and as the defense came to her, she was not able to withstand the pressure, ended up moving that second foot, causing the turnover. Colorado will get the ball.
Weta takes it down the court, who gives it down to Tudele, but Fanal goes down on that last play.
Tudele had the ball up high. Fran Belibi defending, coming across as defenders are taught, swipes in. Fanal just gets a little twisted up there. And we'll take a break as the trainers come out.
Welcome back as Fanal is helped off the court. Seemed to have hurt her right leg. Weta with the ball now. Inside to Tudele. Back out to Weta. Passes it to the right to Hollingshed. Inside now to Tudele. Jones with it. Takes the jumper. That one bounces off. And rebound to Pretchel. Haley Jones taking it down the court. Jones outside to Lacey Hull. Out to Pretchel for the three. That one's good.
Left to play in the second.
Weta. Over to Hollingshed. Hollingshed holds it. But there'll be an offensive foul now on Foreman.
Foreman fighting with Hannah Jump on the perimeter. Refs see it, call foul. Stanford will get a chance to put some more points up to finish off the half.
Haley Jones with it now, 4 seconds remain. Haley Jones takes it inside. Seems to have been fouled there as she goes to the ground. 0.1 seconds remain in this half. 31 Stanford, 18 Colorado.
The foul there called on Tutele will send Jones to the line to shoot 2 as time is all but finished in this half.
As Jones makes the first one. And the second one. Colorado will inbound the ball. And that will do it for the first half. Stanford Cardinal with 33, Colorado Buffs with 18.
Colorado able to keep it close throughout that first quarter. They were fighting for it, and I think things just got away from them here in this quarter, and things are only going to get tougher for them. With Fanal exiting the game in the fashion that she did, this Colorado offense has already lost to Mia Sadler earlier on in this tournament as well. Fanal played just 11 minutes in the first game versus Washington, but after Sadler's injury, she played about 27 minutes versus Arizona the other day when they got the win. Now with Fanal out, Colorado will have to find someone else to fill that hole. Kendall Wett has played phenomenally throughout this tournament. Colorado will likely look to her to put up even more of a performance than what she has in these first 2 games, which has been incredible for the freshman.
Some look at the stats on both ends in this first half. Stanford,
a few of those shots later on in the quarter to bring their shooting percentage up after it was pretty low in the first. Colorado not able to find the same luck.
Something that Colorado has struggled with early on is shooting from 3, 1 of 11, 9% from the three-point line, while Stanford is 4 of 7 from 57%.
Colorado also struggling with some ball security. They saw 10 turnovers in that first half, and it's something that's really shown out as the game has progressed.
Yes, for sure. And as the halftime show gets started here at Michelob Ultra Arena, we will take a break. Stay with us in just a few moments for the start of the second half. Welcome back into Michelob Ultra Arena for the second half of the semifinals between Stanford and Colorado. Stanford has 33, Colorado has 18. And what do these teams need to do in the second half, Tia?
I mean, Colorado, they're going to have to start producing offensively. They're going to have to get things going there, find a way to work without Finau. And they're gonna need to get past the Stanford defense. Stanford, they're gonna need to keep doing what they're doing. They're gonna have to put any stops to any run that Colorado can try to muster up. And they're gonna want to keep putting the ball in the hole, which they've done a pretty good job of in that first half, scoring 33 points.
Definitely, and as we await the start of the second half, coach is saying the final words to their teams.
So Weta will step out onto the floor to start the half in place of Finau as Stanford brings their starting lineup back out.
Colorado will have the ball to start the second half. Sherrod. Sherrod takes it inside, back out to Tulile.
Colorado strikes first in the half with Tudele getting the nice floater to get things started after the pass from Sherrod.
Brink now with the ball. Out to Lacey. Hull. Wilson. Wilson passes it to left. Out to Lexi Hull. Lexi drives it in for the jumper. That one falls in. Stanford will get on the board in the second half and bring their total to 35. As there's a kick ball on the other end.
The screen there by Brink, able to spring Lexi. Just a little bit of space. That's all you can really work for in college. You had to be able to work in that space, and Lexi Hull was able to get it done and get the jumper up and get it good.
Foreman with it now. Foreman tries to pass it inside, but it's blocked by Brink. So Lacey Hull will take it and pass it to Wilson. Wilson on the left side of the court, pass it to the center, Haley Jones. Haley Jones now out to Lexi Hull, looks for the three, but decides to pass it back to Jones. Jones will take it inside for a little jumper. That one bounces out and rebound to Sherrod. Sherrod passes it inside to Hollingshed. That one will be a jump ball as her and Lexi Hull were fighting over that one.
Stanford keeping up with what we saw in the first half. Their hands on defense, literally. Able to reach in there, getting the jump ball, sticking hands in passing lanes, tipping it, and able to come away with a few steals, causing a few jump balls like they did right there.
Wilson inside to Brink.
Third team able to get a possession for Colorado without Stanford being able to put up a shot.
Sherrod now to Hollingshed. Foreman. Tudele with it now. Pass it inside to Hollingshed, and that one will be out of bounds.
Hollingshed looked like she tried to draw the foul on Haley Jones by driving into her on the baseline, but Jones with the standard defense, what they teach you at every level, able to get the turnover.
Lacey Hull pass it to Lexi. Haley Jones. Haley Jones defended by Hollingshed. Will put it over her because she has the height, but it bounces out. And now Weta will take it the other way. Weta out to Sherrod. Hollingshed to Foreman. Back out to Sherrod. Tudele with it now. Out to the left, Foreman, who looks to take the three, pass it back out to Tudele instead. Foreman back with it now. Will take the long three. That one is no good. Bounces back out, the rebound to Colorado, as Hollingshed was able to keep it in. Weta back to Foreman, Hollingshed. Hollingshed tries taking it inside, but is fouled by Lacey Hull.
Hollingshed gets a bit of a break there. She was standing with it in the corner. Ref started counting, was getting close to the count. Hollingshed knew she had to move, drives it in. Instead of getting called for the jump, Lacey Hall gets called for the foul and resets that shot clock to 20 for the Buffaloes.
Foreman inbounding now, Tudele. Sherrod. Sherrod back outside, but it will be an offensive foul on Sherrod.
Lacey Hall, she was in position on defense. Sherrod ran into her, stuck that arm out a little bit, and Lacey Hall did the right thing to make sure the ref saw it, stumbled back a little bit, maybe with a little bit of dramatics, but drew the foul nonetheless and got possession for her team.
Haley Jones, guarded by Hollingshed. Inside to Brink. Brink back out to Wilson. Wilson will take it inside, will pass back out to the open. And there'll be a call there as Noku, as Lex passed it to Lexi Hull, and she's called with the offensive foul. Sherrod now. Sherrod to Tudele, back out to Sherrod. She'll take it in, but is fouled by Brink, who doesn't agree with that call, thinks she just touched the ball there.
Stanford, after playing a relatively clean second quarter, not too many fouls called, they didn't even get called out of the bonus. They've now got 3 quick ones here in the third quarter with just 6.5 minutes left to play in the third.
Sherrod will make the first free throw and the second one. 36 for Stanford, 22 for Colorado. 6:18 remain in the third. Brink with it. Will try to get it outside to Wilson, but is defended heavily by Weta. Wilson stabilize it now. Haley Jones with it in the left. Will take it inside for a little spin move, but loses it. Weta will recover and take it the other way.
Kendall Weta, just a phenomenal defense with the hustle, and she'll get paid for it as she makes a layup. But Kendall Weta just reaching in, always making sure she's a part of the defensive play, and gets the steal that leads to points for herself there on that one.
Brink with it now. Inside to Lexi Hull, and that's just too easy for her.
Haley Jones playing the point forward role with the court vision, found Lexi Hull cutting, gave her the easy layup. Haley Jones showing why she's so good for this Stanford team.
I think we have the scoreboard a little off by 2 points here. They'll take a look at that as play continues. Foreman with the ball inside to Hollingshed, and she'll make it in and one.
Hollingshed just right over the top of Stanford defense, gets it to fall in and draws the foul. As Stanford makes some subs, Fran Belibi will step onto the court, as will Ashton Prechtel and Lacey Hull there as Emma Nopu steps off. So will Brink.
Still haven't changed the scoreboard here, as they never gave the second free throw point from Hollingshed's last time at the line, as she misses that one there. Does not complete the three-point play. Wilson now with it, passes it out to Prechtel. Prechtel, the three is short. Rebound out to Lexi Hull, is called for the foul.
Hull upset about that call, as many of these players have been pretty upset about the foul calls here tonight. Prechtel on that play tried to get the three. She got Tudele off her feet, had the opening for the shot, took it, and that one just comes off the front of the rim. And so that will lead to a media timeout, and we will take a quick break.
back to the third quarter. 4 minutes, 45 seconds remain. Stanford with 37, Colorado with 26.
These two teams stepping back out onto the court. For the break, Jalen Sherrod was fouled. And with that being Stanford's 5th, Sherrod will get 2 free throws.
Sherrod makes the first one. And the second. Bringing Colorado to 28. Only down by 9 now with 4:45 remaining in the third. Pretchel hands it over to Wilson to drive down the court. Lexi Hull with it. Out to Wilson. Wilson passes it back to the center to Lexi Hull. Passes it out to Haley Jones for the 3, and that one falls in. Haley Jones finds an opening for the 3-pointer, and it is good. So 40 for Stanford now. The lead is back up to 12. Now for Colorado, it's Blackstead in the game.
Kylie Blackson on the floor for her first minutes of the tournament.
As there's a foul on Lexi Hall on that last play there.
So Sherrod will get a chance to go to the line and shoot 2 more.
It's the 3rd time Sherrod has been to the line the past few minutes of the game here.
Well, she does a really good job of drawing it out with her hard attacks to the basket. Stanford in foul trouble, at least in this quarter. Sherrod taking advantage, consistently driving in on whoever's defending her, and it's paying off as she gets sent to the line once again. That is also Lexi Hull's 3rd foul of the game, with about a quarter and a half left to play.
As Sherrod goes 2 for 2 at the line. Pretchel will inbound. Haley Jones with it now. Haley Jones decides to take it in herself. Tries to put it up and in, is fouled.
Haley Jones trying to take on the entire Colorado team, dribbling from one point on the court to the other, takes it all the way down into the paint, to the basket, and gets fouled, and it'll pay off for her. So she'll shoot 2 from the line as well.
Haley Jones, 7 points on the night. 2 for 6 on shooting. A good free throw shooter is now 100% on the night. Colorado now. Weda over to Sherrod. Blacksten gives inside to Sherrod, and she is fouled.
Once again, Sherrod, that tough drive. It's hard to defend. Stanford not able to defend it right now. Sherrod is going to look to keep driving the way she has. She's not even getting the shots up, and she's getting the foul calls on the floor, but because Stanford has so many fouls, that there's 7, Sherrod's able to shoot 2 every time. She's going to keep taking advantage of that. Maybe she'll try to free throw, shoot her way back into this game for her team.
3:37 remain. Stanford with 42. Colorado with 32.
Sherrod with that shot is 8 for 10 on the night, shooting from the free throw line as Jana Van Geitenbeek checks into the game for Lacey Hull.
Stanford now. Wilson. Back out to Haley Jones. Haley Jones on the left will take it in and find the open man there. And that will be good by Believy.
Fran Believy with a quick little mistake. Got the sliding cut, put it up, missed it, but able to get the second one in.
And the other way is Hollingshed, who finds the 3. It bounces out. Colorado able to recover it. Foreman with it. Out to Hollingshed, who will try again. That one falls. Wilson hands it off to Jones. Jones on the left side now. Find Van Guyden-Beck. She'll lose it, recover it. Out to Wilson. Wilson at the top here. Wilson drives it in for the layup and is wide open. Colorado left her open there, and she's able to put it up and in.
Wilson with the nice left-handed layup, just lays it in at the rim, able to get some points out of that possession where it looked like it might be a turnover at a couple times.
And there will be a travel call on the other end. As Kylie Blackstead was defended by Stanford, causing the turnover.
Brechtel using her height there to put a stop to Blackstone's drive and causes the turnover.
Haley Jones with it down the court. 2 minutes, 5 seconds remain in the third quarter. Haley Jones will try to put it up and in, but is defended by Foreman, and there'll be a foul.
Foreman may have been the primary defender there, but it was Kendall Wetta who made that play. Wetta stripped it right out of Jones's hands before she even got the ball up. All Foreman had to do was stand straight up.
Stanford inbounding it now. Wilson. Wilson will take it in. Tried to put it up, but is fouled by Stanford.
Wilson,
by Colorado there.
Wilson met with some body as she tried to go up. Leans into the contact, can't get the shot to go up as there was quite a bit, but able to get up and go to the line to shoot two.
Wilson will make the first one. And the second one. Extending Stanford's lead to 13 now with 1:55 remaining. Foreman with it, out to Wetta. Sherrod, out to Tutele. Tutele back to Sherrod, who drives it in, finds the open Foreman, and her three bounces off. Rebound out to Stanford. Stanford now loses it, and Hollingshed recovers. Sherrod with it on the left side of the court. Sherrod finds Foreman, who looks to take the three again, but decides to go inside for the jumper instead, and that one will fall in.
Lots of things to dissect there. Sherrod and her speed to the basket, and then Belibi tries to knock the ball off of a Colorado player, not able to as Colorado picks it up.
And on the other end there, Wilson took it down, was able to get a basket in response. So now Stanford with 50, Colorado with 37, just under a minute remaining in the third quarter. Sherrod. Out to Foreman, who takes the shot, and it bounces off. Tutele with it to Hollingshed.
Colorado currently outworking Stanford on the boards as it sits 28-17 in the rebounding battle. And it's Colorado's way of trying to get back in this game while the deficit still sits at 12.
Sherrod takes it in, out to Hollingshed, who tries to put it up at the buzzer, but thinks she's fouled, and there will be no call.
The entire called it a foul call on there. They had cause to believe that it should have been there, but it was not called. Instead, the shot clock violation was what the refs picked out. And so with under 25 seconds left to go, Stanford will get the last shot of the quarter.
Wilson will hold it for a little bit to run the clock. Just 6 seconds remain in this third quarter. Wilson will take the three at the buzzer, and it's good. Wilson was patient there, held it, took the three. She had some space, took the shot, and it fell in.
Wilson with the calm step back, deep three to end the quarter. Anna Wilson has absolutely been on fire from the three-point arc in this tournament. Throughout the season, she's only shot 27.6% from behind the three-point arc. But in the game yesterday, Wilson had. So Wilson shot several three-point shots, made it, and she's done a great job here tonight as well.
The Wilson fan club, her friends and family excited after that one, on their feet. And as we await the start of the fourth quarter, we will take a break here on Blaze Radio.
Welcome back. Well, score is currently 37-53. Passes it to Jones coming around the curl. Jones dribbling in. Weta reaches in. No good on the steal, but she creates a problem later on. Jones drops it, gets it back though, puts a shot in, and she gives off her little shrug as she runs down the score and runs down the floor.
Haley Jones with 11 points, 3 of 8 shooting so far on the night.
Sherrod passes it off to Foreman. Foreman gets a screen from Miller. Gets the inbound entry pass into Hollingshed, who goes up with it, but before she can get off the floor, a foul is called on the ground. That'll be on Lexi Hall. That'll give her her 4th foul, and her sister Lacey will come in to sub her off, as if this game ends up close, the Cardinal is gonna want Hall on the floor. Foreman, the inbounder, gets it into Miller. Miller to Sherrod, who gets to Weta, who finds Miller back in the middle. No good there. It's Prechtel and Brink double teaming. Swings it back out to Weta. Weta gets it into Hollingshed. Hollingshed working on Hole and Prechtel. Gets it back out to Weta for the 3. That one will bounce high off the rim, but no good there. It's Cameron Brink gets the rebound. Passes it out to Anna Wilson on the outlet. Wilson dribbling, giving her team time to set up the play. Wilson dribbling even more, 13 seconds on the shot clock, takes it down the left side, turns, pivots, tries to get it back out to Prechtel, but Quay Miller sees it coming, gets the steal, drives in, and Prechtel will be called for the blocking foul. I believe it'll be called on the floor, as Miller didn't even get her arm up like she was gonna shoot. Miller argues her case with the ref that she did intend to shoot the ball, and so she'll get 2 at the line off the Prechtel foul. As Tudele and Tayana Jones check in for Hollingshed and Foreman. Miller at the line, steps up for her first shot.
Miller, just with 11 minutes so far tonight, gets her first points off of that free throw.
She drains that one, and she'll get her the Pac-12 Sixth Player of the Year on the women's side there, getting it done at the free throw line. Lacey Hull now bringing the ball up. Lacey working on Sherrod, drives into her, turns around for the floater, no good. Cameron Brink able to reach up and grab it over Miller's head. Miller will try to knock that one out. She'll send it out of bounds, and so the Cardinal will keep possession under the basket as Haley Jones looks to be the inbounder. Jones looking. But a foul will be called on Kendall Weta, defending Anna Wilson on the inbounds play.
That'll be Weta's second of the night.
Jones able to get it into Wilson that time. Weta still defending, playing tough defense. Both of these players on the Pac-12 all-defensive team this year. As Wilson gets it back to Jones at the top. Jones working on Tudele, gets the pull-up jumper, no good. Sherrod gets the rebound, pushes the pace in the other direction. Hesitation, tries to work it in the middle. Jones standing straight up, able to put a stop to Sherrod's drive. Wilson slowing the pace down. Bringing it up, Prechtel comes to set the screen on Weta. She slips through. And the refs will call a foul. Referees call a foul. Not on Weta again. So Weta picks up her third foul there. She tries to slip through these screens by Prechtel. Not quite sure if the contact is enough to call a foul as Tayana Jones defending Haley Jones on the inbounds. Able to make herself a barrier, gets the kickball, and Stanford will have to try again. Jones able to get it into Brink this time. Brink passes it in to Wilson, cutting instead of taking it herself, and Miller is there to cause the jump ball. Possession will go to the Buffaloes. Brink had an open lane with her height. Probably could have taken it herself, but elected to pass it off, and that results in Colorado taking possession. Sherrod, a turnover caused by Tutele running into her. So Lacey Hull will pick that one up, and Stanford will get another chance on offense here. Haley Jones defended by Tayana Jones. Haley Jones turns one over as Quay Miller gets a steal. Anna Wilson rushing up behind her, able to stop Quay Miller from getting the layup as Ashton Prechtel brings the rebound down. Finds Cameron Brink as Tayana Jones and Jalen Sherrod try to take it away from her there. Brink able to get it safely to Lacey Hull to slow the pace down. Couple of turnovers there. Anna Wilson with the tough defensive play, sprinting back. Just barely touched the ball, but it was enough to affect Miller's layup as Prechtel passes it in to Brink. Brink goes up for the layup, no good. Haley Jones gets the rebound, tries to put the layup up. No good there. Kendall Weta will turn to reach in and get the jump ball as Haley Jones fell to the floor trying to keep possession. She'll get up, and possession will stay with Stanford.
As Hollingshed checks in for Tudele on Colorado.
Haley Jones looking to inbound it once again. Jones finds Wilson in the left corner. She'll step back for the three. Won't get that one. And there'll be an offensive foul called on the rebound attempt on Cameron Brink. So Stanford will go on defense. Cameron Brink was in position for the rebound, but because of the foul, Colorado able to get it. Fran Belibi tried to check in, but she was just a little too late to the table, so she'll have to wait for the next dead ball. Sherrod, running point, drives, goes up. Prechtel with the block as Lacey Hull gets the rebound, and she's pushing the pace, kicks it over to Jones, who gets the layup in. 39-57, Stanford 6 minutes and 15 seconds in this game left to go. Tayana Jones fakes out Prechtel, goes up for it. Jalen Sherrod not where Jones thought she was, so that ball will go into the backcourt. Jones touches it. It'll be an over and back violation. Stanford will take possession. Beliebe will get a chance to check in this time, sending Cameron Brink to the bench.
Just the 13th turnover of the night from Stanford. Colorado has 19.
Wilson at the top of the key. Kendall Wetta defending, standing her defense out far past the three-point arc. Try to put some pressure on this Cardinal offense. Wilson gets it to Beliebe on the right side, finds Jones down low. Jones working. The turnaround jumper is good. Jones so good with that shot. She's done it so many times. She'll get one there. Making the score 39-59, a 20-point deficit here now with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to play. Stanford's really starting to stretch this one out to go to the finals.
And as Colorado trails 20, there'll be a media timeout. And we will take a break here on Blaze Radio. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Stanford versus Colorado at the Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament. 5 minutes and 46 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Stanford leads the Buffaloes by 20 points. This one starting to get away from Colorado quick. They kept it within striking distance, but this one starting to spread out a little bit. Colorado will look to bring that in, try to go for the comeback. Foreman gets it to Wetta at the top of the key. Wetta looking to drive, nothing there, a little bit of space, so she'll shoot the jump shot. No good as Lacey Hull brings down the rebound, gets it out to Wilson for the outlet. Wilson will slow the pace, bring the ball up, try to drain some clock as Wetta will defend her. Wilson gets it to Beliebe on the corner. Jones cutting across the lane, gets the ball. Beliebe cut down. Jones gave it to her, but Beliebe not able to convert. As Kendall Wetta on the offensive possession for Colorado is called for a travel, so that'll be another quick turnover, making it 20 for the Buffs in this game, as they've struggled with ball security all night. Lacey Hull tries to get it to Ashton Prechtel. Quay Miller defending. Prechtel able to get it. Gets it down low to Haley Jones at the corner. Miller able to stick a hand in on Jones' shot, so that one will be blocked. Jones tried to get it to Belibi down low. Hollingshed gets a hand on that one, able to convert the steal for Kylie Blackson. Blackson gets it to Weta, who gets it back to Blackson, who shoots the three. That one's off. Wilson brings it down and heads the other direction.
Blackson playing only her 4th minute of the night, tries taking a shot. Her first attempt of the evening, and it isn't good.
Wilson can't find anything from her teammates, so she'll shoot it for herself instead. She won't make it, but Lacey Hall rises up to get the rebound, kicks it back out to Wilson to reset. 13 on the shot clock. Jones to Prechtel in the corner. Prechtel shoot the three. That one's on target. She'll knock that one in, extending that lead out, making it 39-62 with 4 minutes to play. Kendall Weta finds Blackson on the three-point arc. Blackson drives in. Haley Jones defending, but Fran Belibi with the quick reach in knocks it out of her hands. As both these teams will head to their benches once again for another media timeout. Stanford will look to continue to do what they do. Colorado trying to find out what's been going wrong in these past few minutes and try to correct it before this game gets too far out of hand with too little time left to go for the comeback. We'll take a short break and get right back at you with the last 4 minutes of this game. After a short media timeout, we are right back here at Michelob Ultra Arena. Stanford leads Colorado 62-39. Just under 4 minutes left to play. Colorado looks to try to put the ball in the hole. Colorado shooting just 28.9% from the field, 11.1% from behind the three-point arc. Not able to knock in their shots, but they'll have to find a way here if they want any chance of winning this game to head to the finals. Sherrod dribbling at the top. Hands off to Weta. Weta passes to Miller. Miller back to Weta in the corner. Weta steps back for the three. She'll drain that one in, putting another 3 points, bringing that lead back up to 20 for Stanford. Closes the deficit just a little bit.
Weta with her third three-point attempt of the evening finally drains one.
Hall tries to pass it to Jones, but Kylie Blackson is there. She causes some disruption, knocks it out of bounds. As Stanford will get the chance to inbound it again with 18 on the shot clock, 3.5 on the game clock. Jones finds Brink at the top, gets the handoff back to Jones. Jones runs Foreman through a screen by Prechtel. On the backside away from the play, however, Miller will be called for a foul. So that'll reset the clock, the shot clock here for Stanford, back to 20. Jones taking it out of bounds for the inbound. Looking for someone, finds Wilson in the right corner. Wilson gets it to Hole at the top. Hall back to Jones on the right side. Jones dribbles down, works on Miller, drives baseline, goes to put it up, gets a tough bucket right there, extending that lead back to 22.
Haley Jones leading the Cardinal with 17 points on the night.
Weta from the right side attempted another three-point shot, not as lucky with that one. Anna Wilson now controlling this ball for Stanford, as she's done for so many years on this team. Wilson can't find anything. She's looking for a screen from Brink. She'll use it, swing it back out to Hull on the right side. Hull looked like she had a shot, didn't take it. She'll pass it down low to Brink, who takes the jumper from the short corner, no good. Brink, though, able to get her own rebound, steps behind the three-point line, puts one up, no good there. Lacey Hull wide open on the other side to grab the rebound, puts the layup back in. There was no one even close to her there. Quay Miller from outside the three-point arc, looked like she was gonna shoot it. Passes it to Foreman on the left side instead, who knocks a three in. Stanford up 45-66, 2 minutes left to go. With the way Stanford's holding the ball, though, Colorado not getting many opportunities offensively. They're gonna have to start causing some turnovers here. Weta defending. Wilson passes it to Hull. Sherrod trying to reach in to get the ball there. Almost had it, just a little bit of extra contact though, and so she'll be called for the foul. Cameron Brink will check out, bringing Erie Offen into the game as Miller checks out for two delay on the Colorado side.
Erie Offen back in the game. Just played 6 minutes tonight. Hasn't done any shooting.
Hall with it at the top, defended by Sherrod. Gets it to Wilson on the right side. Weta defending hard. Tries to pass it down low to Jones. Jones not able to come off of her post up there, and so that one will go right off her fingertips out of bounds. Colorado ball. Sherrod trying to save as much time as possible, letting the ball bounce before she picks it up. Sherrod gets the hand off to Hollingshed, who's not expecting the ball. So that one will go out of bounds. She wanted the foul, but she wasn't paying attention, so she'll suffer for it there. As Brooke Dimitri and Elena Bazgana check into the game, Stanford trying to conserve some of their players' energies. It looks like they will take this one all the way to the end. With a minute and a half to go, Stanford up by 21. Van Geitenbeek will also check in as Haley Jones leaves the floor.
And seems like this one's winding down with a minute 35 left. Stanford up by 21.
Hall defended by Sherrod in the backcourt, able to get it across no problem. Van Geitenbeek to Bazgana. Bazgana swings it over to Erie Offen at the right elbow. Erie Offen with the layup there. Stanford not quite done scoring, even with the younger players in here. Hollingshed gets it, takes a hard bounce, and Bazgana comes up with the steal. She gets trapped by Hollingshed and Weta, but Weta will get called for the foul. With that being the fifth foul for Colorado in this quarter, that'll send Bazgana to the line as Emma Nopu checks out the final Stanford starter. Stanford getting some of their younger players some time. Emma Nopu, a sophomore. Van Geitenbeek, also a sophomore. Bazgana and Dimitri, freshmen. So is Erie Offen. She was an all-conference honorable mention for the all-freshman team. As Bazgana misses the first free throw.
And as Weta commits that foul, it's her fourth. But she'll stay in the game as there's only a minute 6 remaining.
Bazgana will knock in the second one as well. Emma Nopu only hit the floor for a little bit. Then Alyssa Jerome came in to relieve her. Jerome, a fifth year, looking to get some time on the floor here for Stanford in this Pac-12 tournament, likely her last. Frida Foreman working on Jerome at the elbow. Jab steps, drives the other direction to the layup, no good. Van Geitenbeek pushing the pace with 43 seconds left to play. Van Geitenbeek takes it, gives it to Dimitri on the left side. Dimitri gives it back up to Van Geitenbeek at the top. Van Geitenbeek, the entry pass into Erie Offen. Erie Offen will take the jumper from the left elbow, no good. Weta brings down the rebound and kicks it out to Sherrod. 25 seconds on the clock. Sherrod to Tutele as Bozgana comes up with the steal. She'll lay one in there and score her first points of the Pac-12 tournament, her first of her career in the NCAA postseason.
It's great to see some new players on the court getting some playing time and getting moments like these.
5 seconds left as the final seconds tick down. Sherrod just dribbles it out for Colorado, and that'll end the game here. It looked like it was going to be close in a couple places. Stanford, though, able to turn on that defense, turn on that offense. The number 2 team, like we've said it, Stanford takes the win, 45-71 over Colorado, but their season is not done yet. Colorado's had a great season, and after the performance that they've put up in this tournament, Colorado will likely take one of the at-large bids in the NCAA tournament, so they will most likely continue to play this season, but Stanford will go on in this tournament to the final matchup. They will take on the winner of the next game, number 2 seeded Oregon versus
number 6 Utah.
Number 6 Utah. that matchup looked to be a fun one as Utah, they are a fast-paced offense. They put a lot of points up. Oregon has got some of the best players. They've had a rough go of it to start the season off, but able to bring back some of their players who were injured. Yara Sabali, Endia Rogers, injured to start the season. Tina Pau as well, injured early on, able to come back, give Oregon a bit of a run here as they'll go into their semifinal matchup later on. On the call for that one, you'll get Walker Smith and Kevin Malater. They're excited to bring you all of that action. But for this game, we'll say goodbye. Make sure to tune into that next stream. For Mallory Snell, I'm Tia Reed. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.